Hello, good morning everyone. Welcome back to the channel How to Be Better at Spoken English. I'm Dr. Gopal Singh Mehta and this is morning hour. Again, I'm making a small video about it and trying to explain that how one can really improve oneself in any particular activity one wants to really indulge with, isn't it? So if you are having an aspiration to become a better communicator or a person who really is able to speak this English language out at any circumstances or in any circumstances, then you have to really indulge yourself in learning this language, how you want to really express yourself in this language, isn't it? So this is going to be a part of our journey, and we need to first of all understand all the factors that are going to really play an important role while we are learning the art of communication and trying myself or trying yourself to be better at spoken English. So what I feel that if you have a true and sincere interest in getting better at any particular activity for that matter, then I think you are going to do everything possible in your ability to indulge in that craft or indulge in that activity as much as possible, isn't it? Because you are living with it. That's what it happens. So that's what I also thought, that when I first took this aspiration and this idea crawled in my mind about making myself better in communication in English language, because I was good at writing and expressing when it comes to writing, but what it always thought of speaking it out the same way, the brilliant way, I was always at a loss of it because I wasn't able to really stitch together even a few sentences, and that was purely because of the fact that I never indulged in speaking this language out. So the simple fact is that the more you are going to really practice communication, the better you are going to really have the confidence level and your ability to speak this language comfortably. So if you want to become more comfortable, if you want to become without hesitation whenever you start a communication, a conversation with anybody, or whenever you are going to really say something about any issue, and a group of people, it's a gathering, whatever it could be, whatever the situation could be, it's not about the situation basically, it is about your ability to really communicate freely without any intimidation in your mind about it, whether or not you are going to really make a mistake, or you are always preoccupied in your mind with this intimidation or with this fear that you're going to really make a mistake here and there and you might not be grammatically correct and people are going to laugh at you. So in order to avoid all these presumptions, you need to really put yourself into the practicality of speaking this language out. It is only through indulging in practicality we are going to have a taste of what it really means to speak this language out, how we really feel about speaking it out. We cannot just overthink it in our mind all the time. We will have to really put ourselves into action. That's what I mean to say, isn't it? So if you are after something, you should be always, having your head and heart into it. You should be always finding a way out to indulge with that particular activity. So like in the morning, I am just about to go for my morning walk, but before that, I thought that let's really practice a little bit of my communication skill here and make a small video about it, because this is a way out to keep yourself committed to doing what you want to do, and this is a way of being consistent with the practice of your communication. Every now and then you must be having a lot of opportunities to indulge in practice of communication. Even if you don't have anyone to speak with this language, still you can manage to speak with yourself, as I'm speaking in front of my cell phone camera, looking at myself and trying to really visualize myself as how I'm speaking here and what are my gestures, what are my facial expressions out there, whether they are relevant or not. So you are going to be your natural self. The idea is basically that you have to be comfortable in your skin when you are expressing your thoughts out in verse, and that too in a brilliant and an effective manner. And that's what the job of a public speaker is. So one day I just looking at myself to be a public speaker, but it's still, a long way to go, and I'm keeping up with it definitely, and I'm very positive about it, and I believe in myself and my efforts, because I have come to this stage of my ability to speak it this way impromptu here as I'm speaking in front of you, and I wasn't speaking this way a few months back, and it is only through my consistent practice that I'm able to really improve this much, and I acknowledge this fact, and we must be very positive in acknowledging these very facts. So it could be a clandestine way of learning the language. You don't have to blow your own trumpet before you reach somewhere, and that could be a recognition of your abilities, so you have to really make progress in silence. Nobody is going to really ask you anything. You are creating a world unto yourself. You are living with yourself, and you are living with this idea and with the activities that you want to be good at, isn't it? So I remember an incident, or I'm feeling like really narrating how we all really learned bicycle when we were children. Everyone must be having their own experiences, because we were thinking that it was a great or a big thing for us to achieve, to ride bicycle if we were completely able to really ride bicycle on our own. This was achievement that would give us plenty of pleasure and joy, that we have learned how to ride a bicycle. At that time we always had a focus on smaller things, and we accomplished those things. Our mind wasn't distracted around so many things. As in adulthood we are distracted on a lot many aspects, but we have to really focus ourselves if we want to improve on a particular thing, or we want to really achieve a particular thing in our life. We have to be far more focused about it, isn't it? So I remember still that my father was in the army, and he would come back in the lunchtime, and he will take a nap post lunch. And I was perhaps around 7 or 8 years old, and I would see other children to really ride bicycles so comfortably, and they were making rounds around the road, along the road. So there, and I really felt so disheartened looking at myself that I wasn't able to really ride a bicycle, and my father would never let me touch the bicycle because of maybe the fear that I would get hurt or would damage the bicycle, whatever it was. So this was out of question. So I never put it through to my dad that if I could take his bicycle, because he was having only that bicycle, and he was using it for his commute to the place where he was serving in the army. And it is an incident of Lucknow city in Uttar Pradesh. So in the meantime, when he was taking nap, what I would do, that I would very surreptitiously or very clandestinely will really move out of my sleep. And my father was always really believing that we all are sleeping in another room, but I would really wake up. I was really waiting for that moment, or every day, I would very clandestinely with nimble feet move to that hall, which was just adjacent to the entry of my house. And I would really put the bicycle out of the stand, and very slowly move it out of my home. And that's how I really was so much cautious about not to be caught by taking out this bicycle and by my father. So I would be very cautious about not to make any noise that would really from my father that something was going out there, and he would wake up, and then it was really over for me. So I made it sure that I'm going to take the bicycle out some way or the other way, very clandestinely, and there I would already try learning this bicycle, because the bicycle was high enough that I couldn't really sit on the top of that seat, of course. So there is only a way out, that I would wedge my one of my leg across on the other pedal, and would start learning that, and slowly I would try to really manage balance of the bicycle for a small distance, and just wedging my leg on the other side through that triangle would really also help me to to set my foot on the ground in case my balance goes off. So, if you are, what I mean to say by telling this story, that narrating this incident, that whenever we are thinking of, getting success at anything, we have to really move everything in our ability to help us really reach our goal. Isn't it? We have to really take everything into account. We have to really exploit everything that's there. We shouldn't be leaving any stone unturned. What I mean to say. So that's how you are going to achieve your goal. And once you have made up your mind and you are exercising your willpower, you are a disciplined person in any field of activity for that matter, you are going to really achieve your goal. There isn't any force bigger than your own spirit, your own determination that's going to really stop you along the journey of your, aspiration. So you are definitely going to reach your goal. The only thing is that you will have to really put up there, you will have to stay on the track. You should never be thinking of even quitting it at any point along the journey. However big challenges are going to really appear on the path, but they are going to really have a testimony. They are going to really put you to test that how metal you are really having to deal with the challenges. And believe me, 90% of the people that quit their journey of aspiration when they have already covered 90% of the distance. It's only the 10% distance they are away from their goal, but still they just quit the game. This is where this psychological game is in the play. So you have to believe yourself. You have to be very determined that one day you are going to really achieve your goal. No matter, it is not about that whether or not we are feeling so good about it, despite really putting so much of time and energy along our aspiration for such a long period of time, and still we are seeing ourselves are not able to reach our goal. No, the goal could be at any turn. So you need to really believe that you are going to really have success. You're going to achieve your goal. Only this thing you have to remember. So it can happen anytime. It can really unfold anytime. Thank you.